Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Pre-Market News and Views by In the Money Stocks. Today is Friday, June 13, 2014. Thank you all for tuning in. Let's start off with the S&P 500 E-mini futures, and you'll see that the futures are trading lower today by 2.5 points to $1,928 per contract. So futures are ticking down a little bit. Not a big move down, but nonetheless, they are lower. Yesterday the market did sell off a little bit. We'll see how today plays out. Generally on Fridays, the volume will get light around the noon hour, and that could also lift the market up and help it stay buoyant. That's generally what we see on a Friday, but we'll see what today brings. There's always a chance of a Friday sell-off. We've had quite a few in 2014, unlike 2013 where we rarely had a Friday decline. So again, futures right now trading down about 2.5 points at the moment, and we'll see how this shakes out and trades out. There's a lot of news coming out of Iraq today. It looks like Iraq is a mess. Some insurgents have getting very close to Baghdad. That is the news at the moment. We'll see how that plays out. Geopolitically, that could cause some problems, maybe with the market as well. But again, we'll know more about that as the day goes on and things develop over there. Right now, when you look at the oil markets have been steadily moving higher. Right now you have light sweet crude trading at 106.80 a barrel. So again, we're approaching the 107 level. Crude prices are getting very high, and sure enough, Iraq, the problems in Iraq, the geopolitical events there are certainly the catalyst for the higher price in oil. All right, we're going to talk about some stocks here. We'll get back to oil in a little while, but some stocks in the news today. First off the bat here, it looks like Open Table is being bought out by Priceline. I don't know the exact amount, but you can see the stock here trading at $103 a share. That is a takeover by Priceline. Priceline's actually trading up on the news as well, a little bit, I guess. Well, it was. The stock closed at $1,226. It's now trading at $1,229.50. I don't know why Priceline would be up on this news, but nonetheless, Open Table, if you own it, congratulations. If you don't own it, leave it alone. There's nothing you could do with it here. It's just going to go sideways for the most part. This is a takeover. It's a buyout. Just expect the chart to go sideways here. There's no play on it anymore. Leave it alone. There could be a play today on Priceline. When I look at that chart, I'm thinking that it wants to head lower. Right now, it does have very good resistance. Well, it's trading at 1230, so I mean it has a lot of resistance still, even at 1250, and then at 1280 on the downside. The only good solid support level I see for the stock is really around 1122, so that's a long way down. But be very careful with Priceline today. We'll have to look at this once the opening bell rings to see if there's any potential trades there. But right now, I'm not seeing any reason to really own it or not. Let's take a look at Intel. Looks like Intel raised their guidance. INTC is the ticker symbol here. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. And you can see the stock hitting the $30 level. I have a hard time thinking this is going much above 30. Probably stalls out right around here because of the euphoria maybe in the name. You may be getting a little bit of a peak, but really $30 should be about it for the stock, and then we could probably see some type of a pullback. But it's a good move for Intel. Stock closed at $27.96 right now. Yesterday it's trading at $30 today, so that's basically a $2 pop for the most part, and that's a pretty good move for Intel. But I don't really think there's much upside from here today, so be very careful. Let's take a look at FNSR. We will have this as a gap play. This stock is getting annihilated. It closed at $25.25. It's now trading at $19.52. I will have levels for this today in the chat room. Come on over. They'll be posted at 9 o'clock in the morning. FNSR just getting pounded today to the downside. So we're going to have 3 or 4 gap plays today, I'm assuming. Let's take a look at YELP. YELP is having a nice gap up. Stock closed at $65.84, trading at $72.50. YELP is up, believe it or not, on the news that Open Table was bought out. So I have a hard time understanding that one. But nonetheless, YELP is trading higher on that news. I believe I'm going to have some gap levels for YELP today. Yes, I do. I have some gap levels already for YELP, and they'll be posted up in the chat room. But right off the bat, this is nearing overbought territory. So again, good move up on Yelp today, but this is on the back of that news coming out of Priceline that they are buying Open Table. All right, let's take a look at Grubhub. I never talk about this one. Grubhub is catching a pretty big bid today as well. This stock, in my opinion, is a new issue. It just started for opened up for trading in April. Right now, the stock is trading at $36.84. It closed at $33.65. I have a hard time thinking this thing is going to get much above $37.50. It can. It's a light volume name. I guess it could pierce it a little bit, but that's where I'm seeing resistance. This is another equity that is up higher on the Priceline Open Table news. So again, take it for what it's worth. Around $37.50 though, I really don't see much more upside than that if it can even get there. But I suppose it can with the current momentum in the name. It's a light volume stock and it's not trading very many shares. So we'll see if that does go to $37.50 to $38. That's where it should be. There should be a lot of resistance. All right, let's take a look at Express. EXPR stock is gapping up nicely today. Closed at $13.55 yesterday. This stock last week was under $12. Today it looks like a big institution is taking an interest in the stock. That's the reason for the pop. I haven't figured out gap levels on this yet, but I believe right now off the top of my head, if I'm just looking at this chart, watch the 16, well, let's go with 1840. 1840, that is a scalp play to the short side. I don't know what it's going to give you, but if it could get to 1840, 1842, you can scalp short this one. Also have a big level at $20 or $19.99. That's another level where you could probably short scalp Express. Again, an institution took a position in the stock. That's the reason for the pop this morning. But I'm looking at this 1842 and 19.99 level. Both look like scalp short levels to me on Express. All right, let's take a look at Away, AWAY. This is having a pretty big pop today as well. 31.50 is where it's trading at the moment. The stock should hit some resistance around 33.20. After that, I'll put up some gap levels for this one in the chat room. But right off the bat, I see some resistance right around 33.20, 33.19 if it does get up there. I don't remember the exact reason why Away was moving higher. I think it's on an upgrade. I think that's what it is. I think it's on an upgrade. So again, you're going to get a lot of that next week when you get into Options X. But I see Away is trading higher today. But watch this 33.20 level if it can get there. That could be a nice short fade candidate at that area. So we'll see how that plays out. But keep that on the radar. All right, so we have a lot of stocks moving around today. Futures are still down 2.25 points. Let's go to the gold market. GLD this morning. Well, we'll start off with gold futures, which are down 40 cents. But gold has been rallying as of late. Let's take a look at the GLD, which is at 122.64, 122.62, basically right where it closed yesterday. Be careful with gold here. There's a lot of resistance here. If it can get through 123, though, it has potential upside. So gold is going to be a wait-and-see type event, but it has rallied up over the past week off of its recent lows, and we'll see how that plays out. But again, don't fall in love with gold here in this market. Not yet. There'll be a time to own it, but not yet. Right now, it's just a trading vehicle at best. Let's take a look at crude. Light sweet crude is trading up 34 cents to 106.87 a barrel. So we're almost at $107 crude. Let's go to the USO, which is a good way to trade light sweet crude, and you'll see that this is trading at 39.12, closed at 39.08, so it's up a little bit. There's a chance it wants to go higher. Right now, when I look at the chart, 39.30 to 39.71 would be the big resistance levels today for the USO. So 39.30 and then 39.71. Those are the two big resistance levels that I'm seeing at the moment. But with all this geopolitical event taking place in Iraq, and stuff going on in Russia and Ukraine and all over the world, other parts of the Middle East as well, you have to be very, very careful trying to sell oil. Okay, so just keep that on the radar. We'll see how it plays out, how it shakes out. But the oil market's still holding up very, very well, at least at the moment. There'll be a time for a short. It's just not there yet. But we'll see how it plays out intraday, and we'll see what the charts tell us to do. All right, everybody, I'm going to leave it here short and sweet. I want to wish you all a great trading day, great weekend, and we will see you on the charts.